This is Talking Sci-Fi with Sean and just Randy's turned into the Talking Happy Hour with Deuce. With no Johnny as usual. But I'm going to go down the row and I want to ask you guys one question. I want you to get, you don't have to be brief on it, you can be in depth. Randy, I'm going to start with you.
Yeah.
If you could just pick one memorable thing about SYFY Bartow 2020 that you saw or experienced or happened to yourself, what would that be?
Man.
Just one thing.
Wow.
Okay, the most memorable thing,
Okay.
I was able to get on stage and say something during the car show trophy handout. And I like handing the trophies out now. Before, I wasn't able to do that, but because we do these podcasts, I have the confidence to get up there and do that. And
I'm really proud of you, bro.
I am
That's
too.
awesome,
most,
man.
My
That's
most
really, really
memorable
cool.
part about it. Now, having more than 70 cars is very memorable to me because I remember starting out always stressing about not having enough cars to fill the space.
Right.
And now you've got the reverse. Now you've got so many cars.
We don't
Do I have
room for
enough
it.
room to put all these cars
So
in? That's
I'm
a
like-
great place to be.
And it's people, I'm not having to work. I don't want to say work as hard. I work nonstop year round. I chase people down in their cars. Some of them think I'm crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now I have people begging to be in the car show, and that is very memorable to me.
Right.
All right. On top of that, I know you want one thing and always
No,
get
no,
more,
go.
more than more.
Oh, I'm going to give him more than one,
I
so
got
don't feel
you.
bad.
Okay, Dr. Paul
Yeah.
Bearer. I know it's not the same
That's
one
dope.
I grew up watching,
Yeah.
but him backing him into his spot and reaching in to shake his hand and thank him, and him to have that
How
voice
cool
back
was
to
that?
me
Let me
was
ask
just
you,
like,
yeah.
And as a kid, one of my favorite things is he would go, "Oh yeah, I'm just sitting here eating my scream of wheat," and when he would eat it,
Yeah.
he'd go.
And I'm lurking for you.
Chills,
yeah.
man. Oh,
that's
so
awesome,
just,
bro.
Just from my kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So now an adult,
that was like,
it
wow.
yep.
And another thing is having some actors there that we didn't have to pay. You know what I'm saying? People
Yeah.
are wanting, it's getting so big that some people are like, you know what? Hey, I could go to that and kind of just get my name out.
Yep.
All of that, man. It's just big time.
All right, that's cool. I thought honestly, why you didn't get on the stages, you were thinking everyone's going to see how actually fat you really are.
Oh, don't give him that shit. Like, he's not that fat. Like,
it's an inside joke.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like, he's Polk County strong. You know, he's you know.
Randy does a lot of 5K runs. He's gonna be doing the run over the Skyway Bridge this year. And he's doing. I'm proud of him.
Really, just bowl him over like a truck.
That's some great,
like a Mack truck.
That's some great insight, Randy, on what you said about sci-fi. I appreciate that.
I think it is.
All right, Deuce.
Okay.
What is your most standout points?
My number one thing I cannot talk about on camera, so we're gonna put that to the side. But I would say this year was nice because I got to hang out with my sponsors. I actually got to spend time with them. I got to spend time with the fans. That was really cool. I had people that came from my work that came out, and that was really nice. But just to see how big this thing has gotten, and actually for once to hit the pause button and just be like, it's that scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He's like, you don't take the time to smell the roses.
Right.
Like, you don't take the time to enjoy what's going on, and you're letting life pass you by. And it's like, gosh darn, every time I come to this thing, we're like, work.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, no, we're going to enjoy this. And I enjoyed every moment of it. I enjoyed going and seeing the cosplayers. I enjoyed the food. I enjoyed hanging out with my friends and my sponsors. And God bless him, Dirk. I love Dirk so much. It was nice having him come and hang out at the booth, and Josh, and hanging out with the Kitchen Killers and Shelly and HG and the Hanging Web Show people. Like, just hanging out with my friends in this group that, when you're, and you guys are too, you're podcasters and web show people, when you're in the trenches with each other, sometimes you don't take a minute to be like, hey, we're in it together, brother. Like, it's all of us together.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So, like, sometimes it's nice just to take that breath and be like, hey, you got my back, I got your back.
Right.
We're good, buddy. And it was probably one of my favorite days in a long time, just because I had so much fun. I enjoyed so much stuff. Like I said, there's some stuff I can't talk about on camera that was really great. But like it was a.
Did somebody have sex in the Porta-John or something? What's the deal?
No, but
you're freaking me out about that.
Okay. So the Porta-John. So here's the real deal in the field, and you can edit this out. So the night before, Randee was nice enough to go and introduce me to the lady that was running the cookie jar. So I meet her and I say, hey, we'll give you some plugs on our show if we can just use your bathroom during the day. Because Ariel, who runs the One Stop Guild Shop, is a sponsor of mine. She's a lady. And I mean, absolutely no offense. I don't want her going to a Porta-John. I want her to have a toilet that was meant for Christian butt cheeks.
Right.
So, we got that all aired out. So, next day, fast forward, we got the Porta-Johns right next to us. I tried not to pee for as long as possible because it's the old breaking the seal. I'm not going to break the seal. I go to the Porta-Johns. There's a men's and a women's. The men's is full. I have to go. So I open the door to the women's room, and there's a urinal in there. Yeah. And I'm like, awesome. So I lock it, and I go and use the urinal, and I come back out. And then the rest of the day, the running joke was, hey, if you need to use the urinal, go in the women's bathroom.
Oh my
Because
God.
it was in the women's porta potty was the urinal. Because I went in the men's, and it was just
the toilet.
Just the toilet. There was no urinal. So I was like, go in the women's. It's got a urinal.
So let me get this straight. Deuce's most memorable thing about Sci-Fi Bartow was the fucking shitters full.
Yep. Yeah, there's some off-air shitter stories.
Insert Eddie from Christmas Vacation.
But yeah, no, that was great.
Well, that's good. Yeah. I love to hear that. I'm going to tell y'all mine real quick, then I'm going to let us skip because we're running out of time.
Yeah.
You don't think this is funny. Lori and I, for over 7 years now, running Sci-Fi, we get, it's not just Saturday. We start on about Wednesday and go through Monday. And in that time frame, we probably get about maybe, during that whole time spread, 8 hours of sleep.
Sounds about right.
I don't drink alcohol during Sci-Fi Bartow. I can't. It slows me down. And y'all know how big of an alcohol drinker I am. So my most memorable thing about Sci-Fi Bartow 2020 is that Lori and I actually got to have lunch together.
Really? How did you pull that off?
Lori came up and said, we're going to go and have lunch. And my brother, who has never been to a Sci-Fi Bartow, came, and we went and had lunch with him at Bedrock Wings, which was one of our sponsors. Went there, enjoyed it. People were calling us on we have little radios. I'm like, Lori got on there and said, Sean and I are taking a lunch break. If you need something, just hold on and we'll be with you. And everybody said 10-4 at the same time. So we had that. The second thing that was the most memorable, and reason why we could have lunch this year. I have a great team of volunteers. They know what they're doing. There's some things that they have to call Lori or I about because we run Sci-Fi Bartow, and that's understandable. But Randee does a phenomenal job. He's getting a bigger crew of helpers this year because I gave it to him this year, but I stole 2 of them, and I'll explain that to you off camera.
Yeah, I got you.
All of our volunteers, everyone from, y'all mentioned Nate, who does the security. You're talking his sidekick, Curtis Droz, helped him a lot. We have Marie Wilmot, which controls the information booth. Beautiful lady, looked like Medusa. I have a fantastic woman named Maria Tripp that helps us with Cosplay Alley and other setup things. Tony Murray, which is his first year helping us. He usually does all the car shows. He helped with that. I have a great volunteer corps. Some of them decided not to show up this year. I had the same problem as you did with the car show and the cosplayers on some of them, which put us in kind of a bind, but we worked through it. I added more people. But the reason why Lori and I got to take lunch is because we have confidence in y'all. Right. We don't micromanage. We try not to. Right. But sometimes you have to, because when it's all said and done and these thousands of people are gone, we have to answer to the city of Bartow and Main Street Bartow. Lori and I's head are in the chopping block every show because they don't track down Randee at the car show. Right. They come to Sean. Yeah. Why did this happen? It's happened, and it's the way it is, and that's how we change things. And I want to thank all the people that helped me with Sci-Fi Bartow, even with what you guys do. You're part of the entertainment end of it, so.
And we love doing that. We love doing that. We love helping you out, but also it's something you said earlier, like. you know, when you put us there, you like Johnny and Deuce over there in that corner. We're good. Like I don't have to babysit them.
Right.
Like I don't have to worry about that. You know, Deuce is running around with his dick hanging out or something. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like you know that we're responsible. We're gonna handle our business. We're gonna do our thing and help promote your show. And I think you're starting to finally build a little unit or an army or a core around you guys where. Okay, now we can actually enjoy the day.
Correct.
And we don't have to kill ourselves. Because I'll tell you, Lori's assistant is probably the sweetest of hearts I've ever met.
She's great.
She was a super nice young lady. And as I called him, Sci-Fi Sean Jr. was amazing.
Right.
Like you were starting to build the team around you. You probably should have had from the jump street.
Yes.
But it takes time. You can't with me, and this is a big thing with me. I can't just give you trust. You've got to earn my trust.
Correct.
I'm not just going to be like, all right, you're cool. But no, like you've got to earn that with me. And I think you're finally getting a little crew around you.
Right.
It's taken a long time.
Yeah, to where you can kind of do that stuff, which you need to. You need to take a breath and enjoy that day. Because that day is amazing. And that's the day that Sean built.
Yes.
SYFY Bartow is the day Sean and Lori built.
We own Bartow that day. That's what people tell me. Sean owns Bartow that day, but it's for Main Street Bartow. I know that, but we're the face and the backbone. So the second thing, because we got to cut loose of the show, there were thousands of people. We're estimating there was close to 35,000 people that showed up during the day. Not all at once. Everybody's like, oh, there was... SYFY Bartow is a snake that moves through the grass, and it's a constant flow. I was up on stage a lot, and I've been in the crowd a lot because I'm putting fires out and helping people, customer service. The one thing that stayed constant is people had smiles on their faces. I did not see one unhappy person, and that was humbling to me. I'm very emotional when SYFY Bartow gets over. I cry for like 2 hours after it's over. I know Sean's a pussy. He's crying. No, it's emotional for me because it's a lot on me and my wife. We have to disconnect not only from, and you've met my little dog Kitty, which is a part of our life, which is our child. We don't have any children. Our friends, our family. My mother is not speaking to me right now because I haven't talked to her in 2 weeks. Yeah. And we disconnect from a lot because we're hardcore on this. My volunteers make it happen. They don't get paid. I volunteer. We don't get paid. We get compensated in a different way as entertainment coordinators, but it's not about the money. Most every bit of money that Laura and I get from SYFY Bartow goes right back into paying for hotels or whatever. You know. Yeah.
Friday night, you asked me. You're like, I need you to come out. Like, I really, really need you to come out to Friday Fest. And I said, brother, you don't have to ask twice. I'm there. And then when I showed up, you paid me out of your own pocket.
Always.
Which is a big deal.
I don't ask for anything free. I mean, it may not be a lot, but I try to take care of.
No. But I think that's a huge deal that needs to be noted on the show, that you pay a lot of people out of your own pocket to make everything run smoothly and be like, look, I know your time's valuable. I know you driving out here is valuable, and I want to pay that back.
Right, and it's not about the money for us. But anyway, the smiling faces was the best thing, and I want to thank again Deuce for coming and hanging with us. We're actually going to do a show with him, which we're going to air on this as well. But go ahead and let's hear about your sponsors real quick, okay?
Real quick, you can hit us up at HH Podcast Show on the Twitter machine, hhpodcastshow@gmail.com. Don't forget to send us your questions for Spicy Deuces. That's our own take on hot ones. But just put Spicy Deuces in the subject line when you send us those questions, because we want Brandy to have them, so when we're like sweating to death and like dying from all this hot wing sauce, we don't want to know what the questions are. Also, you can find us at facebook.com/Happy Hour Podcast Show and soundcloud.com/Happy Hour Podcast, and go and check us out. And as always, it has been an absolute pleasure to be on talking sci-fi, and we love SYFY Bartow. Like I said, it's one of our favorite events every year. We look forward to it, and it's the one where I don't have to have a panic attack. I don't have to get my anxiety level through the roof.
I've been around you when you had that before at other conventions.
Which is a giant shit show.
Yes.
Like, it's bad. But at least with this one, it's like I know what I'm doing. I've done it enough. And I'm just glad to see how big the event is getting, and it keeps growing every year. And next year, which will be year 8,
I
think is going to be the biggest year you guys.
Rise of the Robots. Yeah. Randee, how do you reach us at Talking Sci-Fi?
Talking Sci-Fi YouTube channel. Message us on Facebook. Message us on Instagram. Message us on Twitter. And that's it.
All right, we're good. Happy where Johnny and Deuce has their shit together more with when it comes to stuff like that.
I was about to say,
not,
Captain Monotone. Yeah, message us on Twitter. Message us on Facebook. Are you trying to be Robbie the Robot for next year? Is that what you were trying to do? Yeah, because I was like, please tell me that's not how he talks to his wife. Message me on Facebook.
Wait.
Welcome to Altair 4, gentlemen. I am to transport you to the residence.
Find us on Twitter. Find us on Facebook. This is
Find us on Instagram.
This is why Randee doesn't talk a
my
lot.
DMs. So,
Yeah.
Thank y'all for putting up with us for another half hour or so. We went a little long on this one, but thanks to all our sponsors: SNL Restaurant, SLS Entertainment, Chilton Signs, Main Street Comics, Memorabilia, Bedrock's Wings and More, Bartow. I'm forgetting Iron Easel. I'm forgetting Tyndall Oliver. Who is it? Pyramid Fasteners. Thank you all. Send checks and make payable to Sean. That's SEANLSERDYNSKI. Okay? No, I'm just kidding.
And
we don't need it.
Button.
Yep. And hit the subscribe button, which is ring that bell.
subscribe button down at the bottom. Hit that.
Thank you, Deuce. We'll see you soon. Randee, thank you as usual.
Oh, yeah.
I love you. Hey, listen, people, I couldn't do Sci-Fi Bartow without this man
brother.
right here.
Amen.
This man's the man. Bye. We'll see you next time on This Is Talking Sci-Fi.
Hashtag Deuces on the Loose.
Peace out.